Hello, hello, hello. Gosh, I don't know how to see if I'm actually live or not. Okay, I think this will do it. I thought we would do some, what can you guys see? Okay, I've only done, oh, thanks for the hearts. I've only done, right now it's telling me there's nobody in here, so I'm really happy for hearts, because a couple of these lives on the computer since we moved, so it's like an interesting, hey Doug, what's up? So it's an interesting time to set it up each time. It's good. The I like okay, I don't know if you were here for the earlier stream where I was like, I don't know, I'd like listen to a bunch of like protest music and it put me in like a state. So I was drawing like putting bows on things. I was like, I'm only drawing pretty things today. And oh, what's up? And so I drew like moldy cheese with a bow on it. And that's what I'm drawing moldy cheese again. Uh, hmm. Did you win a trip to Disneyland? That's my guess. Oh, I have like a Oh, good job. Having Riz is fun. It's always good to find somebody you really get along with. Yeah, yeah, I've been there. All right, so I'm gonna add some shading back here. Yeah, that's great. It's got me thinking about, I had a first date once with this girl I'd been talking to forever. And we were really good friends, and like I had always had a crush on her, but I was just happy. That wasn't why I was her friend. I was like just genuinely good friends with her. And then we decided to go on a date. We went to a date in school, like some school play or something, and we just left. And we snuck off into the dark rest of the school. And we sat by our lockers. It was fun. What am I looking for? Like a green blue. Let's see. Like a green blue for the mold. Hello. Hello, Osama. Is this, I don't know what Osama means. Is it just a name or does it mean something? Like, is it an expression, like a title? Okay, I think this mold looks pretty good. I was afraid I was getting the wrong color for the mold, but oh yeah, I'll do a cartoon cat with a bow. Let's do this moldy cheese with a bow first. I wanna finish the duplet. Dupe. Here's the first moldy cheese with a bow. Hang on, let me hide this computer. What? How is that? Oh, because there's another. No? What? What? Okay. This was the first moldy cheese with a bow. Oh, where do you live? That's that's like so I live in the US and healthcare here can be expensive, but there's certain programs you can get on and stuff. Okay, and now we got to get like a white for the middle, but I don't want it to be too white, so I'm going to start from. Hey, hope you're having a good night too. Thanks so much. How you doing? gonna start from that blue and then go down to like a blue-green and like just kind of tap that into the center. I'm actually gonna make a new layer because like that's what this mold has, right? Like a white center. Like it's hairy. I don't know if you can hear my of the pen tapping into the tablet. Ooh, now which way? So they just discovered recently like why moths fly into the flame or into the light source. Uh, or is that what you're saying? You're a moth because you fly into the light, or are you a moth because you're nocturnal? And then now I'm gonna stick with this brush and just do some white right in the middle of all of that. And then I'm gonna erase some of this pencil, sort of, that we have underneath. Do that. Oh, I accidentally started erasing blue into the background. I switched the colors. There we go. All right. That's not terrible. I'm trying to think like what would make it read more like moldy cheese. Yeah, so they found like the when they sense light on their back, it signals them to fly up. So exactly, it's they think it's lunar light, and that signal makes them fly up, and that's why they seem to fly around lights because they're just getting tricked. Ooh, yeah, yeah, okay. Let's try that. Let's try darkening this. Maybe just like drop the brightness of the mold and maybe up the contrast. Nah, it's kind of fine where it was. But yeah, let's do like those fine black hairs. I think that's a smart idea. Kind of do. A little bit around here. Ooh, yeah, yeah, I agree. It's giving yuck. I think maybe some of this green is like uh, too transparent. So let's grab another green from the swatch. Something, well, not you, calm down. Something like nice and dark, but also very green, like somewhere in the middle. I guess this one, let's do this one. And then, yeah, fine. And then we'll use this black pencil brush, which will, obviously it's not black pencil anymore, but it'll give us some more solid. It's like using a colored pencil instead of like using like a brush like I was using for before. Oh yeah, it does look like a raptor. It's like opening doors. It's opening the doors to disgust in my stomach. You guys get that reference in Jurassic Park? The raptors would open the door. They could open the doors, and like that's what made them so scary. And they like chase them down in the kitchen. That's a part of that movie that I like thought was really cool, like hiding from the raptors. The fridge door, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so I do like this green coverage now. I think that's better. I want it to be not quite this green. I think I want it to be a bluer green, but that's okay because we can just change the color. That's lucky. No. No, I think it's good where it is. Oh yeah, they just found a tail that had all the feathers attached. Did you see this? It's it's like in amber. It's a full tail with full feathers. It's not even a like a question. I know like there's different species and they might have different but I think like definitely dinosaurs have feathers. And I think they look cooler with feathers. I grew up with the leather. Right, right. Yeah, in reality they're not that big. Like that's part of why they hunted in packs, right? Um, it was like overwhelming. I think of them as like giant chihuahuas for some reason. I don't know. Well, no, I know why. I had a friend who had a pack of chihuahuas and they used to hunt me and it was terrifying. Um, that those chihuahuas bit me so many times. Okay. This is starting to really feel gross. Yeah, the microraptors are like the size of a chicken. Um, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm feeling like this is some cheese. I mean some moldy cheese. So let's get in with the like the cheese on. Let's get on with like fixing the cheese a little bit and then we'll add the bow. Yeah. Yeah, I think they like we're pretty sure they well, like I said, they just found a dinosaur tail in well, so they had already had pretty good evidence or very good evidence rather that dinosaurs had feathers, right? There was like impressions of the feathers and the like structure of the support structure that they would have needed to have feathers. And then what's the oh, and they found like the pigments of the feathers, like what's it called? Ooh, that's cool. Yeah, turkey, bro. I did not know turkeys are huge and they're doofy looking, right? I lived with turkeys. They reintroduced turkeys into the area when I was like uh, sometime in high school, and they were pretty much all over the place by the time I was like, noticing. And so we had these turkeys, and I had been seeing them around for like 15 years or something, right? And then one day I was on a walk, like right after sunset, and the friggin' turkeys just started flying up into the trees, like 30, 40 feet up in the air. And I was like, oh my God, I didn't know turkeys could fly. And they were like loud and clumsy and doofy, but they could definitely fly pretty darn high. I was like, oh my gosh. And then I started like noticing them on top of buildings and stuff all the time. Like they're flying all the time. Yeah, exactly. I noticed them on buildings. Hey, Hitoshi. Welcome, welcome. We're talking about the flying capabilities of dinosaurs and modern turkeys while we draw a moldy cheese to put a bow on. I think we're doing a cartoon cat to put on bow on afterwards, which is pretty great. Cats are great. Yeah, I think they make sense. Okay, this is doing double work. We're giving it a hard edge and we're also like um, sort of like defining the different sides in the 3D space. by giving them different colors. There's supposed to be 3 different colors. This top one should probably be like much darker. So let me darken this up a little. Ah, it's too dark. It's gonna be not dark enough. Okay. Yeah, this will look better once it's like on there. Oh, Doug, that's rough. That's not a fun. Wait a second. It doesn't sound like a fun fact. Okay. Okay, I think this is good. Let's put a bow on. This is as good as we're gonna get. We don't have to get better. This is fine. I like it even. I'm getting better and better at the, what's this called? Computer drawing. Okay. Yeah, that's what I just read a Reddit story where like the older brother died on his birthday. And so then everybody in the family stopped celebrating birthdays. And then like the Reddit story was like my husband celebrated my son's birthday behind my back. Like, am I the asshole? Am I overreacting or something? I can't remember. And yeah, I'm gonna turn this. There we go. Grief is a strange thing, right? Like, it stays with you in such a weird way and like unpredictable ways. So like, you don't know. I want this actually to be more, it can be looser. So let's just throw the bow on. Like, okay. I'm struggling a little bit now with the digital. Let me zoom out, see if that makes a difference. Maybe I'm like too zoomed in, I'm sitting too close. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, so that's my grandfather died just after his birthday, and he definitely was like staying for his birthday. And whenever his birthday comes around, I'm always like, I think of him. Uh, he's October 10th, so I do think of him in spooky season. Okay, let me clean this up a little. I'm like making all sorts of scritchy scratches instead of trying to, well, I'm trying. So I draw, I do a stream where I draw a cartoon character from memory, and I have really terrible visual imagination because I have aphantasia. And then also, I do it on the computer, so like it's even worse because I'm just not as good on the computer. And I don't know, I still do it. I just feel I feel so, it's so humbling. Oh, happy birthday, Blocks. Welcome. Bye, Hitoshi. Thanks for stopping in. Okay. Let's do, what color should the bow be? I was like going automatically to like baby pink because, but that's just the kind of bow I like. But we could do like lilac. Let's grab a flat brush and pop it out a little bit. Ooh, velvet red, I'm down. Let's go. Yeah, red was the choice. You're totally right. Let's get this. Let me pop this opacity down. And we're just gonna get this base down, I think. I'm gonna pop this opacity like to 100 and just, yeah. Let's get that nice and full color. I want it to cover the cheese too, right? It's in front of it. We can always come erase after. It's on its own layer, so it's not gonna make a big difference. I'll get the bow line, that right there. Okay. Yeah, this was the choice, I think. Oh yeah, that's there, so that's there, so let's grab that. Okay, let's see if we just drop the bow sketch on top, how that looks. Okay, not bad, not bad. But let's see if we can do it without the, whoop. If it reflects it, it's reflective. Hi, Dawson. If it refractive, I don't think it's also refractive. Refractive is when it bends light, right? Wait, so is reflection a type of refraction? No, I guess it bends it. Refraction is probably if it reflects it at less than 90 degrees, less than, no, probably less than like, I don't know, less than a certain degrees. If it doesn't change direction, right? Like if it's, how far would it be? Yeah, I don't know. Okay. We'll get some dark for the red in here and we will get some of these lines right. Okay, let's choose what's in front. That'll do that. This one will be in front here. This will be behind. Okay. So the knot. This is the tricksy part for me. Something like that. And then this will come out there. And this will come out there. This will be behind. Behind. Very behind. Okay, yeah, that's, I guess this is actually in front, but that's fine. Okay, I think this is working out. Do a little erasing, and then we'll jump onto the cartoon cat. Man, last live stream I drew peanut butter for like so long, and then it was terrible. And I was like, okay. And I think I redrew it because I was like, I can do better. I like, I really had opinions about that peanut butter. Okay, I think like there. That basically shows the, whoops, I did it on the wrong layer. Oh well, just pretend I didn't. I forget what I was saying. Oh man, most of that's going to be graphic design. I had a job. No, that's not really a commission. I, I so I had this one woman that I made posters and stuff for. Um, and she was just like infinite changes. Most of my clients are really, oh no, okay, I had one and I sent it. So this is the worst one. Guy definitely had money. He was like, "Oh, I want to hire you. Like, blah blah blah. Like, come hang out for a little bit, and then I'll hire you." And like the job seemed worth it, so I was like, "All right, I will. I will do the P camera. I will hang out for a little bit and like see if I'm gonna do this job right at." So I do, and I'm like, "Okay, this guy's not great, but I think I can deal. I think." Uh, So I take the job, and basically what he wants me to do is take his art and combine it, add some illustrations, add some lettering, and turn it into product, right? Fine, something I'm comfortable with, something I like doing, like let's go. This is one of my favorite things to do is the in graphic design is this type of thing. So I do it. I do a whole bunch. I'm like really proud of some of these too. I give a bunch of options because you can't trust that your tastes and the client's taste will be the same. And even though it is his art, so like hopefully. Now, something I didn't say before was that the whole time I was with him, he was showing me things other people had done. All of the work I was using of his seemed to be like part of collaborative projects or things he still had and like he hadn't sold yet, or old stuff, like really old stuff. And then he had like some prints and all sorts of stuff and some other illustration things that people had done. And the whole time we hung out, he was basically talking shit about all these other people who had done work for him and talking about how terrible they were and how they like didn't actually do the job. And then meanwhile, I'm like seeing the job in front of me, right? So I'm like, I know they did the job, bro. You can't tell me this is a bad screen print. Like I know screen printing, this is good. And so when I give him the files to show him, I make them all small. Yeah, yeah. Oh God, yeah, yeah. Oof. Yeah, so I make them very small. I give him thumbnails, right? Instead of files that he can go to print. The things he was having me do were for t-shirt designs. And so I know I've had people take my stuff away. I've had people steal my work from in graphic design before. So I know, like, especially if the client is already talking about how bad artists, like other people he's not or paid to do work are to him, I'm thinking like, okay, this guy, he's not going to pay me. He's going to say like, this is bad and just not pay me. I send it to him and he's like, these are great. And I was like, okay, well, maybe I was wrong. Maybe this is a thing. Yeah, yeah, that's true. I bet you that's why I don't think this guy was competent. I think he sent it along to his t-shirt guy and his t-shirt guy was like, they have to be larger. And um ah, they have to be better resolution. And so he starts asking me for the better resolution files after he already told me they're great, right? And I'm like, yeah, I'll send them along. Just send me half the money, right? Like, if you can't pay me all right now, no problem. You can buy one of those images, the ones that you like. Like, we'll figure it out, right? I'm willing to work for you. I'll do scary. Yeah, yeah. Uh, yeah, he never paid me. He actually, like, started sending me all sorts of crazy shit. Um, really terrible experience. I still see him in art shows and stuff. He, now that I'm doing some art shows, I see him more actually. Uh, he like took my buddy to Art Basel and like didn't pay him for a long time. I don't know if he ever actually did get paid. After I was like, bro, he's obviously like look what he did to me. Like, you can see the text messages, and like, he sent me like vulgar images of himself. It was really that's my nightmare. That's my nightmare client. Like, jeez. Yeah, so this is mostly before like the online profile like platforms and stuff. So he was, yeah, but it definitely like scared me. I like I tried it. I haven't even gotten on platforms for a lot of stuff because I'm like scared to have another person like him. So I like to vet my clients now, maybe too much, but I'm getting better. I'm getting braver. Yeah, I think whoop, this is my wrapped up cheese. I guess the only thing I would do here to make this a little bit better, which we can do, I guess, is let's take some different reds to this bow. Do the front of this a little bit lighter, like here a little bit lighter. Now I'm just gonna like try to imagine where this light would be hitting this and do light on that parts. Not really there. Oh, I'm holding my breath again. Whew. Breathe, breathe. It's okay. It's just shading. And then we'll do. Oh, take care, Doug. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, yeah. I totally get that. I've had that happen. It's like it's weird because like like you've done this art, you've put in tons of work, and like people just have no idea. Like some people know, but then like also it doesn't necessarily stay with the one person, right? Like that's what sometimes happens is people are like, "Oh my God, I got this thing. It's so cool." And it's like, "Oh yeah, I made that for a friend of mine." Like, where did you just have that? Okay. But I don't know. I had a bunch of my stuff, a bunch of my stuff. My wife and I made Taskmaster art, and we made all the characters. And as soon as it got, I don't know where this lines are here. As soon as like, oh, it's here. Okay, okay. Yeah, so what happened was we got some recognition because we made like a viral, like a semi-viral post where um, you could like pick the Taskmaster contestant you are. We basically made a GIF that spun through all of the character drawings we had done. And you took a screenshot and it told you who you told you which Taskmaster contestant you were. And like the people from Taskmaster were commenting on it, like sending us their love. It was really cool. And it boosted our sales. Like we got people, it sent people to the Redbubble who were buying the Taskmaster characters we made on all sorts of merch. Super neat. Like one of our more recent, this was like a few years ago now, but one of our more recent big successes, right? And all of a sudden our characters were everywhere. And it just like we were working on other characters, we were working on ones from different seasons, and seeing them everywhere and just other people selling them and selling them for cheaper because like what do they care, right? They didn't make it. It just it put me on my I really hated it. It got me in a way that like it probably shouldn't have. I probably should have just reported it and moved on. But like it just made me so upset in like a weird way, and I just like didn't want to do it anymore. The characters. Or like I did, but I was like mad every time I picked them up. So like I wasn't doing them. I don't know. So I get it. It sucks. Let's see. All right. We were gonna do a cartoon cat with a bow on. We could do that. Let's do a spin. Hang on. How do I do this? All right. Secret cartoon from memory. Aphantasia illustrator draws cartoons from memory. Stream. What file? Check for art you've done? How many images? How do you mean? Like in my computer? It's too many. Uh, it won't. It'll it will take forever. All right. So these are cartoon characters. You can see the list on the right here that I've added to the wheel. Oh, I drew Homer today. And I try to draw them from memory. Some of them I know all right. Some of them I don't know at all, or I know very, very little. And all of them I can't imagine because I have aphantasia. Ooh, nice. So I'm going to give it a spin, and then we will draw it in Photoshop. Let's go. This always makes me nervous. Hey, Janet James. We are doing a... Oh, no. We are doing a character from the Wheel of Names where I draw it from memory. Just ignore that moldy cheese. Hang on. We'll get rid of that. Get rid of that for you in 1 second. Let me group these together and hide them. And now we just need a new background. No problem. Okay, we're ready to start. So now, was it Phineas? Yeah, it was Phineas. I went to school with a kid named Phineas, way before the show. Um, no, I don't. I don't know what people look like. I think it's. Is it? So I don't. I also. I've never watched Phineas and Ferb, so I'm not sure which one's which. They're all hard for me because I don't know what people look like because I have aphantasia. So it's a rough roll no matter what. That's part of the game is I'm terrible at it. I think that's the one I'm doing. So hopefully. Oh, sorry, Bendejo. Oh, Bendejo. Mm-hmm. I think you have me mistaken for somebody else. That's my guess anyway. I think that hair was too tall, so let me bring it down a while. Where, how would an eye look good on this? Here, that's where an eye looks right. He looks like a rabbit. Hang on. Nope. Yeah, I have no visual mind's eye, no visual imagination, none of that. Uh, like, I thought when people said they see things in their head, it was a figure of speech until I think his mouth is just like, is his mouth just like a part underneath? That doesn't seem right. I think I have to put it there. That's my best. a thing underneath. That's what his mouth's gonna be. Oh yeah, I can't even see an apple in my mind. That's the that's the crazy part. Like, yeah. So like somebody earlier in a stream the other day said, or earlier today actually said, like, you don't have to draw everything. But it got me thinking, like, I kind of do. I mean, I don't have to draw everything, but if I want to see it, I have to draw it. There, I'm just gonna do like two pieces of hair, I think. Let me let me make my eraser a little bit erasery. Hey, cats and axolotls, welcome. I'm doing a cartoon from memory, which is terrible because I have no visual memory. So it's real torture, but I like it. It's interesting to see what I come up with. This guy does not look like a famous cartoon. Why am I doing profile too? Is that how he is? I know he has a triangle head, right? But then like, does he just have another eye here? Like, I don't know. So this is, so I have to do it by figuring it out, right? Like um, that's my best method. So I just like try to draw a cartoon that I think would make sense. This face is terrible. I looked Phineas and Ferb up when I first put them on the list, but that was like a long time ago. Hmm. Hand, body. I think his legs. I think like they're mainly a pretty normal hands and legs, like for a cartoon, just this basic shape. Probably shorts. What I call the elongated triangle. This is just a sketch. We'll get more serious. Okay, I'm just trying to figure out. Okay, this head can't be right. I have to try. I have to try something new. Oh man, bear pig. Yeah, don't be cereal. Never be cereal. Is it okay? What if it's a triangle like this? That's, like I followed Pavan Meyer on YouTube. I see his shorts all the time. I'm trying to like channel his energy and see what he would draw. This has to be his nose. I think I think it has to be this. Oh yeah, I remember Man Bear Pig. It was like it was really there was something going on. There was something in the water when Man Bear Pig was happening. People were like crazy about it. Okay, well, now we'll do the inking. I'm gonna try to be big and cartoony because I found when I ink these cartoons, often I'm just like I get really like detail oriented, and like that's not good for cartoons. I'm trying to do like 1800s book illustration, and I should be trying to do like, modern, most of the time modern cartoons. Okay, come on, get out of there. Was there like a game, man, bear, pig, horse, cow? What was there something like? What am I thinking of? I think there was some sort of game. Man, bear, pig, horse, cow. Okay, so we're drawing Phineas, I think from Phineas and Ferb, from my non-visual imaginative memory. Pen eraser. It's the one thing that's nice about the computer. Well, there's lots of stuff that's nice about the computer. I enjoy coloring on the computer, not like coloring book coloring, like doing digital colors. Um, but doing the line art itself on the computer, I still have not gotten good at. I try my best. I just need more practice, really. So, like, I'm not worried, but I just, you know, just be forewarned. I mean, you guys can see. You guys have eyes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like know that that's becoming more and more common. Uh, I I really had to make a choice when I started because I really got into illustration not a super long ago. I was like doing graphic design for like 10 years and then I was like, I need to do illustration. This is what I want to do. And did I make him too short? No, I think that's good. Let's see what he looks like. Oh my God, this is terrible. And yeah, I chose traditional. I'm not sure if it was the right choice at the time, but I did have some experience with traditional, so like, and at the time I had tried using illustration tablets and really was terrible at it. So like I had motivation to do mm, interesting. Safe like it doesn't get destroyed. You don't lose it. Yeah. Yeah, we've moved like 3 times and I definitely have like been worried about my big collection of art. And if I had it like backed up on Google, I probably would be a lot less worried. Okay, I don't know what color their clothes are or anything, so let's just I never get whoops. I never get flesh tones right. I always have to adjust it afterwards. I don't know why. Nah, that's not gonna work. It's fine. Yeah, I think I just can't see flesh tones like for what they are when they are small. They have to be like on a person before my brain goes, oh, that's the color you were looking for. Um, oh, maybe it's because of the aphantasia. But I also have terrible face blindness. I have not been able to recognize both of my parents on different occasions. And one time I couldn't recognize a girlfriend that I had had for like 3 years. And she said she kept walking by me and she was like really upset that I didn't know who she was. And I was like, well, I didn't know you. Why didn't you say something? She had like worn different clothes and changed her hair, and I just had no idea who she was. And I was looking for her all day. Ugh, it's terrible. All right, red hair, right? Let's do like I should make this brush multiply brush, and then I won't have to worry about. Oh yeah, yeah. So what I do is I like remember them based on some other characteristic, and that's why like when people change their appearance, like when my parents changed their appearance or when my girlfriend changed her hair, I can't recognize them is because like I was using all that information to recognize you. Like, not your face, like everything else. I worked at Starbucks for a long time, and I don't think he has a yellow shirt. Let's do the pants blue first. Can we do it with the bucket? Okay, calm down. How do you escape this? Huh? No, let's do this one, it's fine. Okay, it was there. And yeah, I would like recognize people's drinks a lot. Or like if I did recognize them, like I couldn't remember their name, but I would just remember their drink. I think that's pretty common. Okay, let's look what he looks like because I know this is really bad. Um, Here we go. Okay, striped shirt. I was thinking striped shirt. It does. Okay, okay. All right. So, oh, did I forget to put the ear back? Yeah, I forgot to put the ear back. I was thinking that whoops. I was thinking that that's how he must do the eye. Like, let me get a pencil. Like, so yeah, up like this and then just a straight there. Okay, yeah, that's right. And then that kind of mouth, ear. I had the ear there and then I forgot. And then what does there look like? Oh, out. I've made this mistake on characters before where instead of their hair going out, I think it goes up. And I just remember that there's like hair there. Okay. Does he have nostril? No, I made that up. I give everyone a nostril. Giant eyes, yeah. Yeah, but so I worked customer service at the graphic design shop. Sometimes you'd run the office, and people would come in, and like there was a couple of years where I was the only person in the office, right? I was at the satellite location, so people could come in and do orders and stuff, but really, like it was just for like work a day stuff, right? And like I would do the design work from there, but I would also like you know, manage the stock and deal with deliveries and that kind of thing. And yeah, that's oh, okay. We don't need to. And people would come in and be like, "Oh, I talked to the other girl. She said this would definitely be done." And I'm like, "Ma'am, the other girl has not worked here in 2 years. If you were in this office, you talk to me or you talk to nobody." And people would say that all the time, like, "Oh, the other girl said." And first of all, the other girl. What do you mean? All right, should we do one more cartoon or we'll just call it a night? Oh, we were supposed to put a bow on them. Uh, all right, does anyone have any requests and something to put a bow on? I'll draw something and put a bow on it. Oh, thank you so much, Shyla. Murder drones? A moth? Oh, a moth on his head. Yeah, we'll put a moth on his head. Like, let me sharpen this pencil. Wow. It's nice when you sharpen the pencil and it's just one button. Aliens on Mars. Yeah, did you saw they found like a big water something and they're like, "Oh, this is like a really good this like they're genuinely with probably the best chance ever for there to be life on Mars right here." Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm an uncle myself. So I look like I look like someone's uncle. Moths, I like, okay, I'm just gonna do like some color in here for the moth. That's too ugly green. That's okay. He'll live, she'll live, they'll live. I mean, they won't, it's a picture, but we'll get some more things going on here. Yeah, so that's for sure. There definitely could have been life on Mars at some point. Like, theoretically, the situation was fine for it. They just figured out a new way to test for life. It's called, they named it after the people, so I don't remember. But essentially, they can, if there's enough of a complex molecule, if that molecule is above a certain complexity, the only real option is that life made it. So you can't just find one of this complex molecule. You have to find, thousands of them. But then if you find, oh, thank you so much. Yeah, so I have not dyed my hair, and I have not bleached it in years. And I want to, but I'm prioritizing the healthiness of it because it can really, uh, it has like a lot of breakage, so I'm really trying to do that. And I didn't know my hair type until really recently. And so I am now trying to, they were saying like the biggest problem that hair type has, I think it's C3. I'm not 100%. I just really got into hair types a little bit ago. Is that it's dry, and so then it gets frizzy. And I was like, that is what I have, is dry frizzy. So I've just started like doing a moisturizing campaign on my hair, and I it's been working. So I really appreciate you saying that. We put a moth on his head. That's a pretty good moth, huh? Give it a little shadow so it exists on his head. Moths are cool, man, especially up close. I saw a giant lunar moth once. It flew into my room. It was like the craziest thing ever. My natural hair is light blonde. It's black right now. Yeah, black hair is really nice. Light blonde, it takes color really well, right? So that's lucky. I'm like, my hair's really thick and it's this color, so it doesn't take color super well. I have to bleach it. The streaming giant. The long tail whips. Yeah, yeah. It's like, it's giant. It's like 5 inches across. And here, let's draw it. Why not? Let me hide all this Phineas and Ferb stuff. My shame. I'll just say my shame. Group and hide. Just got the moth, buddy. Oh my gosh, that is so small. This is the same size like of paper that I normally draw on not lives. So this moth would be so tiny. All right, what was I looking at? Oh yeah, let's see. Lunar moth. Giant lunar moth, I meant. So I didn't know they even were around my area. Oh yeah, this is it. Um, whoops. Locally until I saw one of their grubs, one of their caterpillars, right? Oh, I think I have. Yeah, it's this. Oh, and then I was like, oh, are those? So, oh, there's this one, the Luna moth. Is that the same moth? I don't remember it. I remember it more like this. Actually, this could have been taken in my town. Not like we have this tree and that area looks like it could have been. Okay, we'll look up a rosy maple moth instead. Let's do it. We don't need no Luna moths. Yeah, so I was sitting on my computer, I don't know, playing a game or something, and all of a sudden there's this like big scary flying thing, and there are a couple of bats had gotten in a couple of times. So I was like, "Oh no. Please no more bats." Okay, cool. I like this. Is this a real moth? This is just a real thing? Oh yeah, I bet you. The I watched some videos of the people raising the domestic silk moths. I just started seeing them recently, and I was like, "Oh my God, this looks so cute." And then like, they eat mulberry, right? So, okay, we're just gonna hold this over here. Okay, yeah, that's fine. So I can see what some of them look like. And let's get a sketching pencil. New layer, sketching pencil, sharpen. Yeah, so I'm sitting at the computer. Wait, where's the sharpen? There we go. And I was like, no, is this a friggin'? Oh, that's great. Moths are awesome. This is another bat. I'm like, I'm gonna have to like, you know, what I would do if there was a bat is I would open the windows and I would turn off the lights and it would almost certainly fly out basically immediately. But like, it was hard. It was annoying. I'm trying to figure out like what angle. So if we do his body like this, and then we can maybe even tilt his head like towards us a little bit, that might be a little unnatural. I'm doing a rosy maple moth. So, and then we can do the antennas like this, but like it's better, I think, to have it looking at us, even if that's not exactly a natural thing it would do. Bottom to top. Oh, like from the butt up. Okay, and then it has this big, like, feathery backpack it wears. And its tail is feathery and kind of points up. Okay, okay. Yeah, I think I'm doing that. Its legs are okay. I'm not I'm not seeing a ton of detail shots or underbelly shots. Oh man, they're so furry. Everything about them is furry. Okay, yeah. Oh, that's great. All I heard was butt. Yeah, I did I say butt? And then its wings. So it looks like its wings come down and like cover the back leg. There's not, I'm drawing it from an angle that is not on the um, reference photos. I don't like to draw exactly anything. So I'm like, I'm having to reimagine what its wings would look like. So I'm trying to be careful of like figuring out where they would come from. If this is its head, actually, then the wings would have to come from behind the head and like that a little bit. And then, yeah, yeah, something like that. Hopefully we don't have to do too much readjusting. I think that's it. Hi, Yorumi. Yorumi, sorry. I mean, listen, I love. Oh, that's so nice. That's great, uh, Shyla. I mean, as long as she took it well, that's great. Well, it's great. It's great for you either way. Um, but I hope they took it well. I hope they, yeah, I hope they were supportive. Someone else said that. I also agree. I hope they were supportive. Okay, and then there's like this little one. Okay, I don't know. We're getting a little lost in the sauce. Let me sharpen this again. Ow. Gosh, I really got all the way down. Okay, try to get some like lines down, like really down. How does it? Okay, tiny little bop 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 bop. And then this side, same thing over here. And we'll do that a little bit better when we get a little bit closer. What do moths' eyes look like? They kind of like hang down, is that right? I think that looks right. And then mostly triangle heads. Most bugs have triangle heads. Oh, interesting. It's like circle-y triangle. Oh, that's great. Yeah, I like same. I like any all pronouns. Big black orbs. Thank you. Yeah, okay. I see that now that I'm Oh yeah, cool. Actually like really cool looking big black orbs. A little triangle thing like that and then these like big black orbs like that. Oh, yellow. Where'd you come from? Okay. Dang, this guy's complicated and I like it. Nirvana, love Nirvana. Probably one of my first like music loves was Nirvana. So good. Nevermind particularly, but I like basically all of their music. Right now, I don't know. I mean, I'm loving the Chapel Roan album. Oh, okay, Compound Eyes. I did not know. Well, I don't know Asteria. Hey, Sapley, welcome. Hope everything's all right. Yeah, digital tonight. I'm struggling, but it's all right. We drew a moldy cheese. Where's that? Huh? Where's my moldy cheese? Oh, I know. It's hiding behind this. We drew a moldy cheese. There's a little moth on the bow, and now we're drawing a giant moth. Well, not really. We've changed scales. Oh, that's great, Zeppeli. Oh yeah, I remembered to like sketch it out first, right? Because I think that was a mistake I was making on digital, was I was just like, well, this I just have to start. And like, no, why? You just do the same method that I would do on physical, just on digital. That's what I'm trying to do. I spent a lot of time to like making these brushes to mimic physical art, right? I have like this pencil brush, which works pretty good. And then I have this eraser brush that also works well. So I'm trying to remember. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that moldy cheese, this morning, man, I was having a weird day. And I don't usually bring that to the chat, but I had a limited time and I really wanted to stream. So I streamed even though I was having a weird day. And I had like listened to a bunch of like protest music, which can put you, it's complicated, right? Like it makes you think about the world at large and gives you a little existentialism, but it's also like nice that people are making protest music and it's beautiful. So I was like dealing with that and I just got on stream like a boss, I guess. And then I was like, I'm only drawing pretty things. And then somebody said if I could draw cheese, and then I drew moldy cheese and I put a bow on it because I said I was only drawing pretty things. And that was the mood I was in this morning. So I thought I would bring that with me into tonight's stream. And I drew moldy cheese. Oh yeah, Twisted Sister for sure. Oh, sorry, Astrox. Astrox, right? Sorry, Astrox. I was saying I really love Nirvana. Right? Somebody showed me Lithium when I was younger, and I love that song. And then I listened to basically everything I could get my hands on by Nirvana, and they're way up there in my favorite bands list. Uh, and then right now I'm like really, really into Chappell Rowan's album. I've been listening to that a lot. Yeah, that's a really good point. So what's interesting, this isn't diagnostic. I had a friend who was like a friend of a friend, and he was like much older. And looking back on it now, he's probably being a creep, but at the time I didn't know that. And he lived in Seattle around this time, and he had like run into in the 90s, and he had run into Kurt a lot because they were just traveling in the same scenes. I believe him. Like, he seems like that kind of guy. Uh, so I have a story. Oh, yeah. And he said, before I ever heard anything else, he said, like, the only real thing he knew about him was that he always wore so many clothes. And I was like, oh, yeah, because it's cold. And he was like, no, no, he just always wore so many clothes. Like, really, whether it was warm, whether it was cold, he would have two, three pairs of pants on and sweaters. And like, he just wore so many clothes. And I was like, oh, okay, that is weird. And he's like, yeah, it's weird. That's why I noticed it. That's why I'm telling you. And I was like, okay. What's this guy's name was Ray. He was fine, I guess. No, like I said, he was a little bit of a creep. Uh, okay, we're getting there. Do we think we can see this other wing on the other side? I don't know if we can, right? But I guess we will be able to see it when it comes down. What would the front of this look like? I think that's what I'm having trouble imagining. Yeah, okay. I don't think we really would. Just right back here. So these would be the legs. And then we probably see this back leg on this one, but not on this one. Mm-hmm. Oh, Asteria. Oh, I don't know who Asteria is. That's all. I love potatoes. Oh yeah, I love Chapel Run. I love that album, man. It has been my lifeblood. It's been so, so good to me. All right, I guess we got to get some color in here. I mean, that's a big part of these moths. I don't really see what else we're going to do. Either this is like a little bit wrong, but it'll look okay once we start, or this is very wrong and it won't look okay once we start doing the color. I don't like we could fake it and throw the wing here. That like somehow would make me feel like it looks better, but I don't think it would. All right, let me look at some references and see what I'm seeing. I think the whole problem comes from earlier. Remember, I said I'll turn its head, and I don't care if that's like really doable. I think it'll still make it good. I think it doesn't. It's not doable. and it doesn't make it good. But let's keep going and see where we come up. Let's like add some of that big puff on the back and get rid of this wing coming all the way up to the head. We're gonna fake it a little bit, I think, for this one. Okay. Oh, that's great, Shy. Thank you, Vibes. Or maybe you're talking about shredded potatoes, because that's also peak for real. That is, yeah, figuring it out, Shyla, is the most important part. Like people always say all sorts of things, but their advice doesn't help you. You have to figure out what works for you, right? And part of what works for you is what you're physically able to do, but part of what works for you is what you're able to do mentally also, like, right? So that's so awesome. Ooh, yeah. Up, take care, Astrox. Okay, like I said, I'm gonna start adding, oh, so this yellow actually is really good for its big puffy part. So I'm gonna start, whoop, I should give it a new layer. Hey, I'll give it a new layer. Yeah, that's great. Like 4 years of doing anything is dedicated like that. It's really important. Like I found once I had learned that I could do something over the course of years and like really put my mind to it and stick with it, like it changed my whole outlook on everything because I was like, oh, I'll just be able to do that if I need to. Like this isn't like even if it's going to take forever. So congratulations. It's important. What does their bottom body look like? Ooh, I never had my nose pierced. I had my eyebrows pierced. Looks like pink on the bottom. Oh yeah. Gosh. Yeah, I smoked. I quit smoking years ago now. Like 6 years ago, 7 years ago. Oh my God, it was terrible. Don't ever. I would suggest staying away from vaping, smoking, all that altogether. It kills you. Oh, it also literally kills you. I'm trying to think. I think this is pretty good. Oh yeah, bow, of course. Yeah, it took me longer. I relapsed a bunch. I started quitting years and years before I did, and then went back and but then I had a friend who was like, you quit for a year, right? And I was there. And so he would always be like, so you can quit, so you should quit. And that was just his argument every time. Every time he saw me smoking or he thought I was kind of thinking about smoking or anything. And then I finally quit. I had a buddy who was like, you want to quit together? And I was like, yes. And then that was that. I think he started smoking again, but not me. Yeah. Okay. So there's a there's a like a not a theory. There's a way to think about it where it's like don't let a mistake turn into a relapse and don't let a relapse turn into God, I don't remember what it is, but basically what it is like if you slip up, don't let that be the the thing that puts you over the edge into continuing, right? So like one of the times I quit 3 times before it stuck. And one of the times I quit, I I smoked. And I was like, "Oh, that was terrible. I can't believe I did that." And then it didn't I didn't pick it up. It didn't become the habit that it had been. But eventually I did. So we have to choose a different color pink for the legs because they're going to sit in front of this pink belly. And so we need some way to identify them out. So I'm going to like go, I think, pretty light baby pink and see how that goes. Gosh, it's not light or baby pink enough. Let's add red. Let's go in like that direction. Get out of the purple spectrum. Okay, it's a little bit better. We might just have to like go in and lighten it. Oh yeah, I've heard of that before. Oh, thank you so much, Shyla. It's so kind to say. I don't know you could see my eyes so well. I'm like self-conscious of my appearance, and I know I shouldn't be, right? Like it's not I but I don't know, like I try to forget that I'm on the stream because it's just easier. I don't want to be thinking about what I look like. I want to be focusing on the drawing. I think I do that pretty successfully actually. But okay, it's not terrible. It's not terrible. Uh, I need to get some actual coverage on here. It's like the white from the background is shining through. Let's see if we can. What we'll do is we'll get some actual coverage and then we'll come in with some like texturizer. I don't know what that'll be. Whoops. We'll put that behind. Yeah, we'll do something like this. Thank you guys. Thank you. Yeah, I try to remember that. And like I have people who love me who tell me that I look fine or good. They don't say fine. They say good. And so I try to remember that. And I know like I don't think I look bad most of the time. I just get nervous that people are going to make fun of me. I was bullied a lot in school, I'm sure, like, and so people would always make fun of me. And like you get like, oh gosh, even though it's not you, right? Like they're not making fun of you because of the way you look. They're making fun of you because what's in their hearts, right? So you can't control that. You can't control what's in their hearts. Um, and so you'll never be able to stop them from making fun of you. But that sticks with you, you know? Ooh. Oh, thank you so much, Sapley. That's true. Your fan art is very flattering. Yeah, I think you look fine. Yeah, because like, don't worry about it is like, it's nothing you can fix, which is kind of like, okay, you just have to accept the world you live in. I'm gonna do like basically white and kind of come in here. Yeah, get some texture that way. Oh, Heck yeah. And then we'll do like a darker. Oh, hi, Kenzie Lee. Yeah, which is fine. Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember. I'm happy to be who I am. And it's hard to get like now, especially on the stream, people come in and say things, I guess to try to get a rise. And it's just like, no, I'm fine. Like there's no you have no power here. You're just words. Like I have a happy normal life. Well, I have my life, right? I don't need like somebody else's thoughts on my life. School's terrible because you can't do anything about it, right? Like I had these people who were making fun of me were terrible, said terrible things, and like I would say exactly the same thing back and get in trouble for it. And it was just it really made me realize like there was no there's nothing to be done. That's what I didn't like about school. Like I'm trying to get these legs to look regular. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, people do have lifelong. I'm also really lucky because like I don't think I skipped it, but I think I had like a moment where I was like, "Oh, it just matters what I think of myself." Sometime in my teen years, and it changed me. I didn't care anymore. Like that people were butthurt about me looking a certain way, which it feels insane that it would ever have bothered me, but it did. Yeah, I don't know why people do that. I think mainly everyone ignores them, which is great. I think that's don't feed the trolls. But yeah, I remember being a troll on the internet, but I don't know. I like maybe they genuinely think it was funny because I always was like, but the things I did were funny, but maybe they weren't funny. Maybe I was a terrible person, or maybe I was doing mean things, and I just thought they were funny. I tried to only do it to my friends. I do remember that. That was something I thought was pretty important. Okay, I think I think you can see the legs. Seriosity level 0. Oh, hmm. Yeah, I've heard of the Battle of Midway. Is that Patton? General Patton? That's my best guess. I don't have a memory of who it is. I have a best guess. Right? Wasn't Patton because Patton was in the Pacific or is it? No, yeah, Patton was in the Pacific. Wait, is it? Was he in the Pacific Theater? I think so. Who in the Philippines they say like they had a like he would return. And was that Patton? I really want to go to some of the Pacific Islands. I, I probably the Philippines because that's where my wife's family is from. Uh, and it'd be great to meet like the extended family and stuff. That would be really neat. Not that my wife's never met them either. She's always lived in the United States, but her mom's family is from there. Man, Seriosity level 0 came in, dropped some World War II facts, maybe, and then we just totally got distracted. That's some classy trolling. Hmm. Yeah, yeah. Ooh, really? That's nice. My cousin lived in Taipei for a long time, like 10 years. And she went over with no Chinese at all. And, now she speaks Chinese. I don't remember what Taipei, which dialect they speak. So I don't want to say. So that's why I'm not being more specific. I understand Chinese is not a language. And California's nice. I've not been. That's the rest of my wife's family's in California. Um, and they love it. I've never been. I have a friend who goes pretty regularly. I lived in Seattle for like half a year, a little bit longer. That's as close as I get. It's West Coast. I was thinking if it was Cantonese. I'm not sure. Because it's well, I don't know. I know they use I know they use the traditional kanji instead of simplified Chinese. Oh, I'm just adding like a haze underneath to kind of make it look more hairy. Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah. I don't mind the rain. I like it. I learned how to walk in the rain, and it has served me really well because I did walk everywhere. Well, I took the bus. The buses were amazing, but I did walk everywhere when I lived in Seattle. And like, you gotta learn how to walk in the rain. And some people just don't. And it blew my mind. Like, people be like tripping, falling all over the place. I can't go out. Like, why not? And they're like, it's raining. And I'm like, that's all right. And they're like, it's dangerous. And I'm like, no, bro, you just don't know how to walk. Like, really blew my mind. Oh, thanks so much. Yeah, I believe it. Because I lived in a small town that like people just never left, right? Lots of poverty, also lots of wealth. It's that kind of place. But they, the local population, the not wealthy local population, which are called, well, like bubs was a term. I think a lot of places use the term bubs for the like not redneck, but rednecks, right? And they had to be so careful because like everybody would be related. You'd be like they were all related to each other. There was like three families and they had been like going back and forth for decades, like actually for centuries, really. Yes, yes. Oh yeah. Sleeping is really important. Yeah, we'll do this last wing. Here, I'll give that a little pink. We'll do a pink in the face. We'll we'll layer on this pink in a way that like acts as shading, so you don't have to go in and do anything. Probably add it here too to kind of unify the color palette, because like I let all these different shades of pink get away from me. Yeah, that helped a lot. I'm just gonna do like weird stuff around the mouth because I don't know what the mouth looks like. And this kind of just makes it look complicated without me having to do any actual thinking, which is great. And then we'll get a nice yellow. Yeah, that's good. And then get some texture on there for the moths. Or for the like the wing scales and stuff. No, I'm just going back and forth with the yellow and the pink. And that makes a bunch of like lines and sort of makes it blend organically. And what I do here, can you guys see this? Yeah. Aw, that is sad. So you can go back and forth between two colors by using like the background foreground switch. It's a pro tip. There's just a shortcut key that switches them. Well, this guy turned out all right. Whoop. Creepy. Actually, this is pretty good. Let's add the eyes. Ah, that's a good lesson to take from it. Yeah, wait, why do we? There's like moths, silkworms, silk moths. Very interesting, uh, because, well, the history around them, because it was unknown what they were in the West for a really long time, but they were, and even in China, which is where they're from, they were at times like a closely guarded secret. Right? It's very interesting. Uh, Silk moths, pretty cool. Okay, not bad. Get that yellow back in there. Ooh. Yeah, I like it. I think he came out pretty good. I could do better in the mouth area. I was kind of relying on, you know, that thing I was talking about before, but I think it kind of falls apart once you take away the outlines, which, that's gonna happen. Can do, I think it's like, there's some light parts here. I'm just trying to like base it off of some of the references. It's hard to see exactly what's happening. And then like, oh, it's too much. Too much erased. And like, kind of like, not, there we go. Something like that, like little claws pincers, but not really pincers. I mean, probably pincers. They're probably eating leaves with this thing. And that had like a darker little spot on it. I can use that dark. Fangs. Oh, yeah. Take care, Sapley. Thanks for stopping in. Oh, I'm trying to sharpen my pencil, but it's the flat pencil. So it just sharpens to a flat. There we go. Ah, I think this is this. I think this is what this is. We could do maybe just a little bit of outline here and here, kind of define this wing in this little purple color. And like add some shadow in the yellow also with the purple. I think that could be aesthetic and help show the three-dimensionality of it. But I don't think we have to do more. I think we're pretty golden. I think it came out pretty good, even with the weirdly shaped head. Oh yeah, what is that called? Oh, I forgot bow on the wing. Yeah. The proboscis, right? That's like, oh. Yeah, I think that's a proboscis. Let's see. We could do a tiny little... I don't want it to seem hurt, so I'm trying to think of a nice way to put a bow on the wing. We could do like... So I worked at a toy store. I worked at a toy store for years and years and years. It was the job I had. I basically had like 3 jobs. I worked at a toy store for a long time. I worked as a graphic designer after that for a long time. And as a second job, I worked at Starbucks on and off during like a chunk of time. And then I've done a bunch of jobs for like a year. Right? I worked as a bowling alley mechanic for a year. I worked as an ice cream store person as a year. I worked as a farm hand as a year. I worked as running a farm stand as a year. So really interesting stuff, my job. And I worked in printing alongside graphic design a lot of the time. Hey, Jace Ace, good name. Yeah, let's see. I'm gonna try to get this bow. I think just a tiny little bow, like, I'm trying to make sure it falls the way it would fall on the, and it's like stuck on. It's not they're wearing it like jewelry. Actually, I'm gonna change the orientation. One more time, one more try. Yeah, I didn't have to deal with customers. It was very good. And a lot of the time I could just like rebuild parts, which, oh man, like sitting in the back with a bunch of tools, just rebuilding parts that like when something goes wrong, you have one ready. That was great. Love that. Love that part of the job. Oh, Zim. Yeah, I was gonna say microplastic. Yeah, it was a good job. And then I programmed like an administrative web portal for them so that they could make calls on the bowling machines, and it would just like text or email like the mechanics, so they didn't have to like do the, and it would all keep a big record of it. So it was like you could check like which machine was having problems, if they were having the same problems over and over, and it helped us solve a bunch of things. I, I don't know where that program got to, um, but fun program to write. And I got to do it on the job, which is great. One of the few times I've gotten paid for programming. Aw, let's get a different color in here. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, and then the machines were from the 50s. Most of the job, like if it was really busy, you couldn't fix anything. So instead, you would just make it work, right? Like if you had a league night or something and you couldn't have a lane closed to be fixed, which was a couple nights a week, you'd have a league, and like they pay a lot of money to bowl, and so you try to make sure everything's ready for them. But every once in a while, one of the machines would break while league was happening, and you would have to basically like operate the part of the broken machine for it while league was happening. So sometimes for a couple of hours if it broke early enough. And that's probably the worst part of the job. And even that was fine. You would set the pin sometimes, or you would put it into its cup, or whatever was wrong with it, right? You would do the part of the thing that the machine was not doing. Ah, that's not bad, the little bow. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. I That's what I tried to do. Or even like, hey, this system. Oh, I also worked at a bookstore for. I'd worked at two different bookstores for a year each because of moves. Um, I was thinking because at the bookstore they were like their process was bad, and I was like, oh, your process is bad, but that's okay. It's really easy to fix. We'll just do this. And they hated it. And like I thought I was being like politique, what is it? Like helpful and nice. But they were so mad. They were like, do it the hard, dumb way, where you're repeating work over and over again. And I was like, why? And then I just did it my way anyway. And saved so much time for myself while everyone else did it the shit way, where you were introducing a bunch of ways to make mistakes instead of letting a computer do simple arithmetic. I guess like some people still, I guess probably not anymore, but some people still just like did not trust computers to like do even simple arithmetic. I had multiple bosses like that who they were like, well, you can't just punch the numbers into a formula. You have to do this math yourself. And I'm like, why? Okay, I think the bow is looking bowy. Let's get some under overs and figure out actually where things are going. This will be under. This is under. This is under. This is under. That's fine how it is. That's over. Okay. Yep, I think that looks great. Oh no. Oh no. I wonder what company they worked for. I was just so it's not that crazy. I was just talking about a Pouncer software on my drive home today. Um, but it's not that crazy because my wife's an optometrist. So she was telling me how shit the software was. Uh, yeah, like a lot of places, it costs so much money to update all of your systems, right? That a lot of places just don't for as long as they possibly can, which like I kind of get, but then you have people using Windows XP. When we lived in Pennsylvania, there were things. Yes, let me zoom out. Let me put it, hang on, I'll make it. Let me hide that. Is that too big? How's that? Oh, I don't really have a, oh, I'm throwing my pen around. I don't really have a place I post right now. I think I'm probably gonna, because I have an Instagram, but I don't post my stuff. I think I'll try to post things to like at least YouTube community posts. I was just thinking about this the other day that I don't post anywhere, right? I make all this art. Sometimes I make like 3 or 4 finished pieces a day that I really like, and then I don't put them up. I don't even scan them in. Yeah, screenshot. That'd be great. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, share away. I'm not, you know, I've kind of given up that, um, I don't know how to say it. One thing that really changed that helped me see success with my art and like start selling stuff and making more and more and more. Oh, no, that's great. Like, let's do more moth things. I do. I, I'll probably draw a lunar moth. Luna. I keep saying lunar, like I'm from Minnesota. Uh, yeah, I want to draw that Luna moth next time I'm on the computer. I think that would be really nice. Let's move this below. Yeah. Nah. Eh. All right. What time is it? Okay. I should probably. Hey, Deck. You caught me just as I think we're probably leaving. Yeah, the the girlies on shorts that raise moths. Hitoshi, this is what we ended up doing. This is a rosy maple moth. And we did this tiny moth. This is a tiny indescript moth. It's actually on a piece of cheese. The cheese is hidden. Hang on. Well, huh? Why does it keep doing that? Oh yeah, it's this. Yeah, I think it is that. Or like sometimes it's just somebody talking about like the things they have to do to keep them healthy. And they're like, sometimes they won't come out of their little cocoon. So you have to dissolve it with a, like, you have to help them out. Tea left? Yeah. Very cold tea. Yeah, I guess I don't want to do a Luna moth. Oh yes, the surgical scalpel. I have seen that. Okay, what? We can do something else. Oh yeah, I really do like this bow. I'm happy we did it on on the wing. I wasn't sure. Okay. Wait, what's this? Oh yeah, we don't talk about that. My Phineas disaster. Hmm. Oh, thank you so much, Hitoshi. This this one I keep coming back to. I really like this little scribble guy. He's so small. This is like a an A3 piece of paper or 11 by 17 in the United States, a tabloid. So he would be very small. This is part of my problem drawing digitally is I don't really get the scale correct. Like once I scan something in of mine, that's usually. Yeah, it was a terrible finish. Oh, I don't know. I don't think I know it. Don't talk to me, angry pick. I must know it. I'm just not. I just can't think of it. I'm just duck going it. I'll have a duck go at it. Ooh. Oh no, it's too late. I can't eat spicy food at night because I'm old. My internet must all be used for. Wait, the like little kid? Oh no, the cat. Okay, yeah, the kitten, yeah. All right, yeah. It was a fun, chill, late night stream. We drew some moths. We had some stories. We did a cheese. It's great how this was a moth was just meant to be on a. Oh, thank you so much, Deck. I think this moldy cheese came out really good. I'm looking back at it now. I'm like, oh, this is good, and the moth too. I'm really happy with. This little moth was actually on like a terrible Phineas head that I drew, but he turned out to perfectly be on the bow of the cheese, just like coincidentally. Eat the moth. That's why it's near the cheese. You can't eat the cheese, it's moldy. All right. I think we'll end it on the moth, guys. I'm probably a late stream tomorrow too, not afternoon. Um, but hopefully I'm going to the Salvation Army tomorrow. So that'll be fun. Salvation Army and ordering my new computer desk. So, good night. I have to find OBS. It's so much easier when you're just streaming on your phone. You just go bloop. There we go. Adios. Buenas noches. Bye.